No, all I talk about is how powerful human beings are. Even well-grounded skeptics are prone to connect disparate dots when they feel disempowerment. I sent this guy link after link to government documents and UN documents on population reduction. I mean, here's eco-science calling for drugging the water, taking children at birth, reducing the world population, written by the White House science czar. I mean, everybody knows about this. This was in the Associated Press. I sent him a whole bunch of stuff just like this. He doesn't care. He says, I'm making it up. Look, I'll spend 30 minutes on this properly tomorrow. Watson's doing one. The worst thing is at the end, it says, indeed, there are no coincidences in Jones' world. In a scene from the Obama deception, Jones dives into the belly of the beast, the hotel where purported conspirators will be meeting. See, he wouldn't agree with me over the phone that I was really at Bilderberg and really covered it, or that they didn't pull the fire alarm, or that we were being followed. And I said, no, we were really being followed. And he just said, oh, you were imagining you're being followed. And I said, look, buddy, I had FBI guys come in and sit down to me next at the hotel I was staying at and ask if I wanted to attack the State Department. He went, oh, sure you did. I mean, you know, this is the type, I mean, this is what's crazy. But it's not crazy. It's crazy like a fox. This is a drug ad. Hundreds of billions of dollars a year in this crap. That's all this is about, is them defending the takeover of our society. Indeed, there are no coincidences in Jones's world. And I talked to this guy. He believed I was just having a schizophrenic episode in an imaginary hotel, you know, just insanely thinking people were following me. Used to, they would just say Bilderberg didn't even exist. As he begins a telephone interview, the alarm bell goes off. The bastards have set this up, he says, which I had security walk up to me as I'm walking up from the restaurant eating, and they go, we don't like people setting off fire alarms. You go to prison if you do that. Said that to me and Rob Jacobson. And we went, we're not pulling fire alarms. Thank you. And yeah, people try to rob the place. And we were like, and so I go up to my room, close the door, Coast to Coast AM calls. I pick the phone up and the fire alarm goes off. I go downstairs and the head of security with Bilderberg Security walks up and goes, I'm going to effing take you out, Jones. I can call Jacobson's in here. He's a witness to it. But see, I live in the real world. It was all over the Canadian news. I got arrested in Canada. I brought that up to him. Not real. I didn't go to Canada, didn't get arrested, wasn't in the front page of all their papers. You know, just dozens of the top papers, National Post, Toronto Star, all over the news. And I've got my film. Don't say that's grandiosity. I have my film with the newspaper headlines. That film is real, buddy. But see, it's good they're denying everything to this level because it's so asinine when they say none of this exists and then people find out it does. Just like Obama's people are saying there's no call for national compulsory service. George Soros-funded Media Matters is attacking me saying it's not real. People then click on my site and see the video of Obama calling for it and Rahm Emanuel calling for it. Jones says that he's even been visited by the FBI and Secret Service but can't discuss the interviews. Well, since I did this interview 3 months ago, I'm not under federal gag order. And you can read the AP and Wired magazine that the FBI and Secret Service were here for threats against government officials and police. And they subpoenaed the IP addresses and arrested the people. So see, little jackass, it's real. Okay? Stick that in your stupid pipe and smoke it. You're a fool. But then he has it both ways. He says it may be that federal agents, in fact, wanted to evaluate whether he is a threat to the president. No, they were here wanting me as a witness in the trial, and I quashed the subpoena for that one. That's in the news, jackass. There's no reason to believe he is, but the same can't be said of his listeners. In 2002, Richard McCaslin, carrying an arsenal of weapons, entered the Bohemian Grove, a camping ground in California that annually hosts a meeting of the political and business elite. He told authorities he had been planning his commando raid for a year after he says hearing Jones claim that the ritual infant sacrifice was taking place there. He asked me about this, and I said, my film is on record that it's an effigy of a child, and we've never said they're killing a real person. I gave him the video. He didn't care. He implies I'm saying it. I explained McCaslin had been in the Marine Corps in Force Recon and was obviously out of his gourd and sending me weird hand-drawn comic books and that he'd worked at Six Flags playing the part of Spider-Man, and that he tried to come around. I'd refused to meet with him. He then moved out to California in what looked like a staged event in the middle of winter, dressed up with a bunch of weapons, and went out there and set fire to a trash can and then waited for the police. Looks like a staged event. But see, that's all distortion. He knows you don't have all that background, so this guy can manipulate you. He wants to be a psychologist so he can have power over people. How many psychologists have been caught doing weird stuff to their patients? The war continues. In a video promoting Obama deception, Jones urges, we know who they are, we know what they are, we know what has to be done, implying I'm calling for violence when I was calling for political, peaceful action right after that in the film. A total deception from this piece of trash.
Do you understand how dark it is? How far down the line we are? How late it is?